What's up? I want everybody to go to Dallas rapper MirzaCavalic123 YouTube. And I got the title up on there. And we're going to talk about some events. When you go on there, you will see my music. You will see me on the video. Dallas rapper MirzaCavalic123. You will see that when you go there. I'm on YouTube right now. And I want to tell some people in 2008 and 2019, they got to Mirza. And after they said some shit in Dallas, this black model on Facebook that got from Dallas, Texas, that got to Mirza, was talking shit about me, getting paid for my rapping. And, after we stopped talking, after he said what he said, we stopped hanging out. And the thing is this, I have let everybody know at Creekview, and I have let everybody know that I talked to that old Cliff and them is on some bullshit. Dallas and them on some bullshit. I have warned everybody, my cousins, and I have warned them, y'all on some whole shit. And there's gonna be a time where things are going to come to light a little more recent. So the thing is this, I let people know in the ahead of time of what you niggas up to and what you scheming niggas up to, the lie of people don't know about the music business that much. Because everybody trying to scheme and cut them and all the rest of them know about the Texas Music Office. Put your music in music contract, get grants, get do all of these things. You get 3,500 for each of your songs that you put work. There's a lot of selfish motherfuckers in there, and I want to let people know. And I let people know on my Facebook what's going on between this shit in Dallas, and I let everybody know that I know some people I don't fuck with no more, but I let them know what's going on in this situation, man. Y'all just up to no good. They're just trying to be successful, but y'all don't know the ways of how to be successful. You ain't moving in the way you want to move. And that's called y'all the fall. When you don't plan your feet and have people that's around you to help have a mentality. Let me tell you, a leader lead everybody and put everybody on. A leader have a mindset of what you have to do. Everybody has to have their position. If everybody want to rap, let everybody rap, but everybody need to know how to be in a certain way and do certain way, and not do stupid shit to get you caught up. If you want to be in the system, be my guest. But our team, we'll never do that. We're gonna move a different way. I have always moved a different way. We ain't gonna get into that stuff and get in the system. People gonna want to do what they want to do. Cops mess with you. Man, tell them about your civil rights. Tell them to get your girlfriend on the phone and go to civilrights.com. Go to those civil rights people have been trying to stop me, and I've been doing the same thing, going to the Civil Rights Justice Department. You know what I'm saying? So if you getting harassed by what you need, it's a different way that you can do stuff and go to civilrights.com, police brutality, get your woman and file it right there. Don't wait for them to do it. Don't wait for them to take you in jail. You gotta plant your foot in the head. You know what I'm saying? And if you plant your foot in the head, you'll be okay. But you don't want none of your crew to go to jail. You don't want them to do that. You don't want them to do that. So if they're gonna stop you, tell them like, hold up, I got my civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Go on to civilrights.com. And that's what I've been doing. A leader have to be smart, and he has to be in the mentality to do things different. On my team, I let them stop me. Then after that, I'm filing a civil rights. The women that's on the side, filing a civil rights complaint. There's certain things we know what we do. But somebody, let me tell you about Mirza. Mirza got robbed after this stuff happened. And I told him, like, he come complaining to me and talking about he got robbed afterwards. I told him what was going to happen. I told him, and and God said when you got everybody else helping you out in different industries, but some hip hop artists is in Dallas, they on that bullshit, so you have to work with the time that's against you. and work with things again. You know what I'm saying? Just work and stay on it when they are not. A leader do be able to do more. A leader tell his team you can do stuff right. If you want to be an organization of a game, you gotta be able to know the system. You know, everybody gotta be responsible for their whole team. And you don't want none of your team to go to jail. You don't want none of your team to be in that system. So you need to teach your and people talking about running a trap. I told them, look, if I run a trap, I want all my everybody that know the system. Everybody gonna have a computer. Go to civilrights.com. Everybody gonna know these things and how to do things. You know, I'm watching a Crip that's in Fort Worth, and he talk about, you know, every time they know, you go to civilrights.com, you can go and tell on your phone, tell your woman to go tell it on your phone and do all of that. And it talk about police brutality, street. You can do it right on your phone when you're out there. When the police tell you to stop and get off this side road, you got your phone right there. Make your complaint while you right there. And if he keep doing what he's doing as a police officer, it's gonna come back to bite him. Sometimes you have to think ahead before everybody. You know, I mean, I be going on the civil rights every time they stop me. One dude in Wale, he's like stopping me. I'm like, hold up. And this black dude looking, he see me on my phone because I'm on social media. And you know what I'm saying? And he's looking. You know what I'm saying? But your whole team got to be able to be smart. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing nothing, put things down. Then file your civil rights complaint. If you want to be out there, I watching in 1993, one of the Crips say, he said, if they keep messing, I don't think he was smart enough to have that type of mindset. You know, I would tell my team, look, I'm not going to retaliate like that, man. Let's file our civil rights complaint. Let's tell our women that we on the streets, tell them to file a civil rights complaint. Everybody have their phone, you know, but you know, you gotta move it a certain way. You gotta do things a different way. You know what I'm saying? To be in that situation. You know, I don't think this guy had no leadership and no right. He was a street smart. He didn't know about the system. And if I was a leader, I have everybody in there knowing about the system. You know, at first I filed the attorney general complaint. Then I went to the civil rights complaint. You know, things you need to do. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't if I was in his shoes. I wouldn't. I would have did a lot more things different. You know what I'm saying? I would have told my team file a civil rights complaint. There's things that we can do different in this format. So that's what the situation with those things. And I think you have to have your whole team be different. Your whole team got to know different. I don't want none of my team to be in a situation they can't get out. And you know, if I was a leader of a blood, I'd tell them, look here, man, look, you got to know the system. I have everybody in there with computers. No, you're gonna knowledge yourself. You're gonna do what you do. You're gonna know about the system. If the cops arrest you, man, I done seen people on YouTube when the cops stop them. Okay, what you stop me for? All right, we're gonna go right on civilrights.com. While I'm doing this, while you doing all of this, civilrights.com. I was doing it in the courtroom on Attorney General and civilrights.com. People don't even know I was doing it in the Dallas courtroom. There's certain ways you have to move in a way that you can understand. So you got to be able to be a leader to do. He talk about retaliation. No, that's not how you do it. I think you got to know the system. You got to know how to lead your team in the right way. And if they keep stopping you, get out the car. That girl that was complaining in Houston and Dallas, she got out the car. The police said, I don't know what you're talking about. Why she stop you? All right, I'm gonna let you stop me. And then after that, I'm gonna file my civil rights complaint. It talks about police brutality. It talks about everything. Races on government, races on stores and stuff. Sometimes you have to think and be that certain way. So you have to think a certain way. The team is just not cooking up things. I want all of my team to just know the system, know the computer. Everybody would have a computer. You would know the system. You would know everything with that. I had to study the system. My mind was already on studying the system. So we had to know a little bit more about where we at. You know what I'm saying? So I think when leaders are not doing things and they think violence can always set the answer. And when you go on the civil rights thing, you got Martin Luther King, you got every protester, everybody that ever stood for something, that stood to walk on these grounds, and that ever stood on these grounds. So I think this thing, every time they stopped at me, one black guy looked at me and while he stopped at me, I said, "Look here, man, look here." I had to tell them that they lying in Dallas, and I said I work for somebody. I gotta make my complaint because y'all on that stupid shit. I got a lot going on, and already these dumbass niggas already lying and already doing stuff already. And I had to tell my lawyer, "Look here, man. No, she don't want to listen anyway." It's a point where we get to a point where I had to file a racial complaint against her, and she was like, "When it be over?" Look, yeah, God said it's gonna be over pretty soon. You know, God said we ain't gonna allow them to take advantage of our children and take advantage of what we stand for. The principle of those things. So your team, can we have to do stuff different. So I'd rather have my team in their house than doing this shit. That's you giving the system a chance to abuse it. So I just think when you go on Mirza1, Dallas rapper Mirza1, I just posted this video. You will see a song of my music and my videos. There's another website that you can actually go to see more of the song. But that's just with other people. I haven't really wanted to do. There's gonna time when I'm gonna do my solo album. There's gonna come a time when I'm gonna be able to do that. But time and people are doing some hateful shit to come up, and I don't want to deal with those things, man. I had to do the same thing with Mirza when Mirza was doing the same thing and doing the same thing, and people got to him. And I think those things have to be in a different format. I know the business. I know the business, and I know the business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna allow people to sit up there and lie constantly, man. That just constantly. And Trap Boy Freddy and them fuck with High Boy. I don't want no business with him, man. And Big X Plus, I want no business with him. I think, I know I'm a mess with Taylor Swift and Ever J. Lopez. I think other people in the industry. I just don't want no business with High Boy West and them. I don't want nothing to do with Liars in the City with Trap Boy Freddy and them and the rest of them. I think it's better that we go in a different direction and do things a little more different. And I think Dallas is not the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the better way to not to do that. I think me, and I'm gonna tell them the more you put my life in danger behind this stupid behavior they've been doing, we're gonna have a problem, man. And I just want y'all to know, go to the Texas Music Office, do everything right. People can sit up there and count money with people, but if you ain't leading your team, when I was in Dallas County, they talking about marketing. It's not just about marketing, it's about music contracts, it's about contract writing, get grants from it. I can hear people in Oak Cliff crying to their mom and time my lady on the thing saying, "Oh, look, we gotta find it." You got a better way to do it. You get 3,500 for each song that you promote. They think let me tell you something, they think they taking something. If the mayor would have listened when I called in 2019, people wouldn't be doing the things they doing and doing ransomware and doing all of this shit. That's your problem, man. That's your problem and your behavior. It always matter when you ignore something or what we are trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's your problem and your behavior. And I just think we have to be able to move different. You can't tell another man what to do. And I think But I have to move different. And I have to move a certain way. Leaders move different. Leaders, do things different. And I have always did stuff when I was 14, 15 years old. I was going to college at Brookhaven and North Lake College at those things. And that was doing this 14 or 15 year old going to North Lake, going to Brookhaven College at 14, 15 year old, taking ceramic class, going to big class, taking drama class at Newman Smith High School, on a football team for 1 year, and my brother played, Big Nick and them played, and the rest of them, I had to let other people in Creekview side, other people I know on Creekview side that went to Creekview, and I know them when they growed up, I had to let them know they got people that's going to try to get to you. You know what I'm saying? I had to let my friend Samantha know. It's manipulation out in these streets. And people causing problems, man. And nobody got time for all of that, man. And I just think we are doing more things and a lot more different in how we are becoming the way we are. But I think the more the success, I told everybody when I come in here, I had to find more out about the Crips and the game and find out more about the resource of it. You know what I'm saying? One of the Crips to understand. I just studied one of them. He said the more, I don't think his mindset was right. I don't think his mindset was right in the type of way to lead his team and just have them on the ground and file that civil rights complaint. And I think that's the most problem where people are not street mentality. They're not street smart as well as they think it is, and that can be the big problem of what we are doing here. And I think we need to be more smart, and we need to move our team smart. You know what I'm saying? We got a thing where hip hop can put mansions. Every rap industry, every image can have mansions on properties. Everybody can have mansions on property, and you can leave these communities alone. If it's gang member buy property with nothing on it, if we put mansions on those property, and that gonna if you want that, that's gonna take everybody to move in a different way. If we're gonna do all of that, if we're gonna buy property with nothing on it, and every hood nigga gonna have mansions on those properties, if it's Mexican or whatever that is, whatever they're gonna do, you're in your own avenue. So you gotta realize what you have to do. You're gonna have to, and that's gonna where community. We're gonna see a stripe and crime in the community go down. Because when we buy property, nothing on it, and hip hop and everything is on there, like Lorraine Hill Blood. If you have his blood member with Young Money Islands and everybody Mexican have their own islands, every artist have a house in that island, and we don't. That would see the thing of crime because you in your own blood island. And if you do a blood island, right, have your gates on that would be most amazing. Blood island. It would be most amazing. You don't have to worry about those things. We're gonna see a raise in violence go really down in America if all of this be built in America and everybody come together. I think the community, every rapper and every street nigga will have their own environment that differ from the houses, and this is gonna take out of this. This is big, and it from country, from rap and hip hop and blood. They're gonna be able to do things different. Mexicans gonna be able to do things different. They're gonna have their own property, but that's gonna cause for everybody to straighten up their business and do things right and to move in a different way. Well, we're gonna move. So if we want to have property and everybody have mentions on those properties, to have houses, small houses, and we have our own lane in hip hop. And if it's a blood island, you can have a ray rag and you can do whatever you want with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people being creative. What they want at Bloods and Crips being creative, Mexicans being creative, having their own island. And I think that's where more of the independence of the ideas at. And that's going to, at this seek out as a vision of my blueprint of my music mansion, sit out and we buy property with nothing on it. And Young Money Islands, Cash Money Islands, Death Row Island, where every artist house on that. This DJ Kelly Island, of every artist. This is going to stop the release of crime for the next century with this idea of it. Because Bloods and Crips went, but that's going to cause Bloods and Crips to know the business. You're going to have to step it up more. We're going to have to move in a different way. Everybody's going to have to tap up their business and do overseas. These things are going to have to be done differently than any format and plan for this to work. We are going to see a rise in crime go down in this situation because every gang member going to have their own island. Every gang member going to be doing their thing, so we don't have to worry about it. But that's going to cost them for Bloods and Crips and Mexicans on each side to do different things. You're going to have to straighten up your business. Y'all going to have to maintain yourself. And most people not going to want to listen. They're going to want to do they, but it's bit that you're going to have to straighten up to get somewhere you're trying to go. And people not harassing you everything. Let them have their, God said, let them have their little community thing. And while you have islands. So, we can do things different. You know, um, you know, I'm really staying single at this moment. You know, I just think that's the main thing where you can stay single and just wait on the right person and do what you need to do. I'm not letting no past girl that want to play games and just want to manipulate and be with these niggas. She said she belonged to the streets. Let her belong to the streets, but stay the fuck away from me. You hear me? You gotta stay one of them people that think like that, that have that type of mentality and all the rest of those things. But when you go, I just posted this video back, 7/29/18, Dallas rapper, MirzaCavalic123, and you're gonna be able to see Richard Hater Woods, see it covered, and all the rest of those things, guys. And we're gonna once my son leaves, we're gonna be able to talk a little bit more, and we're gonna be able to connect a little more with each other, and we're gonna be able to do these things in the way that we see able to do it. You know what I'm saying? But so those things are what I'm just studying. I'm doing more homework. I'm doing more everything, and I'm just we are just doing everything. And I know I already came up the Walmart platform. Many ideas they took by my ideas when I told them how Walmart took my van ideas. I had their number in my phone, and it tells you on a social media platform that do you want your phone contacts to connect with your social media. If I'm calling corporate office in 2019 and I'm on my platform, it tells you on any platform do you want to get, it tells you on your Facebook. Do you want people from your contacts to connect with you on any Instagram platform? If you use your phone or your Facebook, your email contacts, any one of those things, that's how Walmart took my thing and they know the ideas I discussed. So, it tells you, and Jessica was on my TikTok. So that's the new situation with that. We already, and plus I was talking to the employees about my ideas in the store. That's another thing where we was able to verify what we verify. You know what I'm saying? And I told them I was talking about my ideas with them in the store at 2996. But I let Trap Boy Fred and them. They want to work in line and all the rest of them. A leader. It is not just about being on the street. You gotta move different. You gotta do things different. Your mentality gotta be different. Everything, I'd rather be before I pop a gun, I'd rather be watching a movie, playing some games, and just shooting and doing things in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Me and Addison playing basketball and Addison seeing my social media platforms and Addison going to the movies, the mall, and do those things and being another maneuver. And I just think if you're doing that, you can do it in a way that you know how to do it. A leader gotta be more. A leader gotta be something else. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I posted that video with Nick Mills on there for Dallas Rap. I don't want to be a goon. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be these things. I don't want to be these things. And that's why I did it for Dallas, Texas. I say I put that video on Nick Mills because I feel like that. I feel like those things. So you know what I'm saying? But it's more that's going on to this situation. People in Paris and London wanted to be on my team. And I'm not going to let nobody get in my way because of selfish ambition. And we can't get on the same page. And I just think, we can leave this alone. We don't have to deal with these things. You know what I'm saying? So we can leave these alone. You know what I'm saying? But there's other people that need me too in Paris and London. Other people that I saw talent on Live Me and Big Live and chatting with everybody on UP Live. Everybody I saw talent with. There's other people that I can help out too, not just if people don't want to get on the same page as me. And I think that's the main thing about the mentality and mentorship that you have. So when we up there doing different things and we up there maintaining, that can be the thing that we understand the most. Yeah, come on. Yeah. So we moving in a different way. We going a different way. And I think I've always moved a different way. That is not nothing. I already try to plant my feet if that's working at a job and Walmart tried to do me wrong. And I have to sit up there and strategize a new plan when I'm dealing with racism in company. And sometimes, I already know what this was going to come. Sometimes when you're dealing with racism and you're dealing with all those things, you have to move a certain type of way. And I always been like, let's go do this different. Let's do that different. Let's have this situation different. I wasn't gonna each job I worked at, I learned. Each business I worked at, I have learned something off of. And I think that was the most important thing for me is working in businesses in each job at Amazon. If that was Amazon, that was Toys R Us in Louisville before they closed down, that factory in Irving. Each job that I learned, each job that I worked at, I have learned something. But also, I wasn't worried about what Charles and them and Steve and them taught me. They was racist. But Grizz taught me the thing is how to work machines. They also told me how to follow your own way when others are doing wrong. And I think when he tells me when he tell me he would keep your head down and keep walking, and that means you're a leader. That means you ain't taking no shit when you see racism. And I think me having that, what he mean about that, sometime a leader, when you're dealing with racism, a leader gotta keep moving in the way that he don't, and that's the way Grizz was able to teach me. Grizz don't even got the same color skin as me. But he was able to, let me tell you what he did. And I'm gonna let y'all know something. Grizz at Walmart, he don't work for Walmart, then he retired. No, let me tell you what he did. What he did, I didn't have a CBLs for the use the electric pallet jack and number of equipment. You know what he did? Since they don't want to show me how to do it and guide me through it, Grizz said, fuck them, and he put that fake ass vest on and that badge on, and he said, we're going to train you without all of that fake ass shit they doing. And I think he also had to come out there and he saw the fake ass shit they doing that helped me. He took the full cliff and he pushed every card out there. And I think that was the most thing I respect about him the most in that format, that because he had that leadership to just not worry about race, a disability, anyone of that. You gotta give if America see this type of person and see what type of person Grizz is, and he's a very special person, him and his wife, and what he does, he accepts people for who they are. He's a more of a man, more than Charles them ever be at Walmart, than Russell, than Steve, and all the rest of them, and then Jeff. And, those the type of leaders that you want around your team at Walmart. The people that don't just judge by skin and just judge by personalities, and you're willing to give a chance to. And I think that was the biggest leadership, And I want to go to Grizz because Grizz and my stepdad can cook, and that'd be a good business opportunity in Oklahoma to start more business and restaurants. Because Grizz was the best cook, my dad now, and I think my dad and Grizz, they can team up and start more than what they need to start to. And I think that's one of the reasons why I want to go traveling this the new direction, to meet Grizz and start a big food restaurant with him. And I used to work this. He can come my step in, and I think that would be a good business partner relationship with Grizz in Oklahoma. He got a bit ready, and I think that can be a big part because I know he can cook fried fish and everything. I think you gotta respect that. So I just came up with told Walmart about the music mobile download Walmart, but also Walmart is going to change the electronics up. They're going to change the platform. I came up with it. They're going to change the platform up of the electronics. Every artist is going to be on. Every artist is going to be on. What that is. Every artist is going to be a different situation. Every artist that got their song in Walmart, they will be doing videos. But we are going to also go to digital downloads in Walmart. When you click on those artist videos, I mean electronics going to have to change their whole thing up in Walmart and do digital downloads. Everything on electronics. Every artist going to be able to make a conversation and do conversations and do things what they do. Let me tell you something. What I don't want, if I was a leader, and what I don't want as a Walmart CEO, I want my employees to speak how they feel and not hide anything. Because you see these people at Walmart, you see these regular employees at Walmart, they scared. We know the feeling. I would want them to be themselves and see what things we need to change. If we're going to interview about something, don't interview and think that's going to ruin your business. And I think what I see out of Walmart, I see this people just faking it. I don't see them, they doing this with the Walmart CEOs, and they sit with them they faking it. I want them to be real about how they really feel. Express how they don't have no fear of saying the topics that I want to talk about with them is don't have no fear of saying what's on your mind, what you need to go through, what you want to change about the store. And I just think it's not just about discussing about the business side. It's discussing about how can you improve the job and how can you improve your work experience. And also how can the customers experience. I would have real customers up there. Real customers. I don't want to talk about violence. I don't want to talk about those things because you see these news things. They want to talk about violence. They want to talk about grocery stores. The thing, how can we improve it? How can we make better decisions for you? And they talk about New York. Let me tell you something. We got no stuff that goes down in New York, but people look after themselves when stuff happens to them. And we can get them on the news and they can talk about this and that. But you ain't going through what that customer going through, and y'all complaining about performance issues and talk about storage. because you will sit up there and watch another person go through stuff. So I don't want to be on the news talking about, oh, I watched this and I watched that. No, if I'm going to interview, I want my employees to speak the truth. I want them to be blunt and honesty with the situation. What can we do better? How can we improve better? You want everybody input on the situation. When I did that survey at Walmart, let me tell you something. Half of that shit I sent with the two because how they was gonna act. A couple of answers I answered truthfully with the survey, but how they was gonna act. I want dead on with the situation. Each Walmart supercenter is gonna have a screen TV when you walk out, a big screen ass TV on every Walmart supercenter. But also, if you're a fan of Trap Boy Freddy or any one of those things that you do, whatever you do, Walmart will be able to interview these people and discuss their albums. The album on the website will be brought on the big screen TV on every entrance. So just imagine when you walk out your car and the Walmart, it will have different videos, but everything on the Walmart music mobile website electronics will be a different portal for everybody. They just gonna have to change their backgrounds up. I think Walmart's gonna have to do things a little different. They're gonna have to do things a little different in those formats. And I think they're gonna have to just change the whole background. But this is gonna be video. We're gonna have digital downloads at Walmart. Digital downloads are gonna be done. And then other artists is gonna be able to put stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things. And let me tell you something. You're gonna have to change even though people are coming to get the stuff on there, you're gonna have to change the platform up. Because they can just type it in. You should not just have them to change the background of the electronics up. Electronics music and just have nothing but video. And I think we can just type in what kind of electronics you want. So I just filed a civil rights complaint, and I told them about my new idea of what I had, the Walmart Music Mobile. We're gonna have digital downloads, but also you're gonna change the backgrounds of the electronics. You're gonna change the backgrounds of it. So what that is, when you change the backgrounds of it, it's gonna have digital video. Every artist is gonna be on there. But you're gonna change the way the layout is. You're gonna put the electronics in a different part of the screen. So everybody gonna be able to click on which one is too simple. So those things, digital backgrounds. Digital, but I told everybody we also gonna talk about the idea when I enter Walmart. We talking about every Walmart location having I'm about to tell Walmart right now. Every Walmart supercenter they having a big screen TV up in the entryway. We're gonna talk about new ideas, customers experience. Walmart gonna have their own cameras in the walkway. Walmart gonna have their own cameras. You're gonna interview people. Every week we're gonna do something different. Cast members. We're gonna do CBL is gonna be done on how to work cameras. Anything you want to do to further your career in a Walmart business, it can be more than that. But also, we're going to have Walmart cameras and interviewing people, newscasts. We are going digital with everything. Um, so I wanted to say that um, on every Walmart interest, on every Walmart, we're going to talk about that because I already proved myself many times on all your Walmart interests. It's going to have a TV and a big TV. And everybody's going to be able to walk in. The CEO is going to be able to discuss. You just don't have to be on your phones, worry about what's on your phone. But when you step out that car, Sam Walton, every CEO going to be able to discuss stuff. But, what I would like, what I'm saying? What I would like, sometime, and if I was a CEO at Browns, at Whataburger, I would have them to have a little screen TV up there on there, and I would have the employees come up with a scripture, their own scripture for the your store, and I think the way you want to do things. You know what I'm saying? I think every store manager should have their own. If it's a Whataburger, should have their face on the franchise of those things, and I just think put the TV in front. This I know what I did when I was at this Whataburger over here. I was analyzing the building. I was analyzing to come up with ideas. I was actually analyzing and the front entrance. I said we can put a big 95-inch right in the middle of that thing and just put a thing for the rain on to get on there. And I think the employees can have their own scripture. I think that can be the most important thing with that situation. So I just think that was the most thing. So those are the things that could come in that situation. So I just think, I just think that's what those things and how we really above everyone else and we're gonna do stuff in a different manner. And I just think it's gonna take time for us to do more. So digital platform is gonna change the whole background of everything we do. We're gonna have digital music downloads. So you wouldn't just have to get the album, you would be downloading the music from your store. When you go on a Walmart website and you're just doing digital album, digital downloads music at Walmart. So I just think you gotta be able to do stuff different. Sorry guys, I gotta cut my hair too, guys. I'm gonna get my stepdad to cut it tomorrow for me.